Hello guys, so today I'm going to teach you how we can create basic APIs in Node.js, okay? And from scratch, we are using your Express, and for DB purpose, we are just using our fake DB here, okay? So let's start by creating our folder at first, which will be just demo API, demo dash API dash Express, something like that. And we are going to head into this particular folder, and then we are going to open up our terminal, whatever it is, npm init, and just keep it like this, keep it index.js author, let's go to this, and yes, and then we can just simply open our code editor here, and we are good to go. Okay, and first open up your terminal here and just type here npm install, or you can simply use npm I, whatever you want to use, express. Okay, and that's it for now. Was it just a little example? I think this is it. If we need further, we are going to install furthermore libraries if needed. Okay, so this is it. So first we need to create a new file here, which is index.js. Okay, and if you know why I'm getting a file which is named as index.js, because we have specified that file while initializing our project. Okay, this one in index.js. Okay, and the script one, we have to use a start script, which will be our node, which file we are running, this index.js. So for that, so that we can just um, uh, just run our code by using just npm start, something like that. Okay, and for live reloading, we are going to use something like uh, nodemon. So whenever we are going to do any changes in our code, it is going to at that point it is going to reload our server, something like that. Okay, like if I'm going to do some changes, it is always going to listen to that changes. Okay, something like that is going to happen. Okay, so this package.json, you got like what is there, and index.js. First we need to import our express package. Okay, so require express, and then we need to create our app first here, and this is going to create our basic app which will be responsible for the routing and stuff like that. Okay, app dot, we can just listen to some port over here. Let's suppose we are listening to this port 1000. By this port we are going to listen to our APIs and all. Okay, and all the ports and all. In server also there is some kind of port which is always listening to some requests and all, but currently we are doing it on local machine, so we don't need to worry about that. But if you once you're going to deploy it on some kind of production server or something like that, then you need to take care of that port also. Okay, so the better idea would be always to declare your ports something like this, and um, 3000, or process dot env dot port, something like that, you can see here. And in this port I'm just going to listen to this port, and then just throwing a callback over here. And this callback will be saying something like um, sorry, keep it as this. So whenever it is running on some server, some Heroku or something like that, it is going to take port from their server. Or if it is running in our local machine, then it is going to simply take this 3000. Okay, if it is free. Okay, if that port is free, so we can simply say here. server is running at port this. Okay, and then something like this would happen. app dot app.get slash, then you can simply put here request and response. So let me first tell you what I'm doing over here. So this app is responsible for making all kind of requests. Okay, like if you know in API we have this get request, post request, put request, delete request. So this app will be from this app you can do any of these. Okay, like this post, put, get, anything. So we are just making a simple API of slash. Okay, so and in, and suppose if somebody hits this endpoint localhost clone 3000 slash, and I need to give some response over here. Let's suppose I want to give something like rest dot send, something like this is my first API, my first API in Node.js, or you can simply say Express to be more specific. So you can see, and if I'm going to run this within this node one, just for hot loading, okay. And if I'm going to hit this route from browser, because as it is a uh, get request, so you can also run this on browser also. There will be no problem at all. So you can see, and if I'm reading this 3000, it is going to show me this is my first API in Express. All right. Next thing is we're going to use something called next thing we're going to use is something called uh, post request. Okay, post request. But before that, let me introduce some fake DB in there so that we can show you some CRUD operation out there also. Let some fake DB be there. It's going to take some data. Let's suppose ID will be one, name, let's suppose John. John data is there, and let's suppose some age parameter is also there. Okay, let's suppose some another ID is there. Two, some name is also there. Ronnie, and some age will be there for sure. 14. Last one, not the least, because we're going to add more in there. So name, let's suppose Alex, um, and age, let it be 20. Okay. So this is a fake DB we have created just now. And one more thing you need to include here, if you want to use something like post request or put request, something you need to use something app.use so that it can pass those JSON format data also. You can need it to use this thing over here. Previously we used this body pass and all, but I think it's got deprecated. Uh, I tried to use that. No, but I think it's got deprecated. So they're recommending to use this app express.json app.use. So that's why I'm using this. So you can see now I'm going to make a post request over here so that to see whether all the things are working. Let's suppose I want to make a post request of create. Okay, and we have some request response and the parameters coming over here. And let's suppose I want to throw the body, whatever it is we are going to send. Okay, res dot JSON, and I'm going to send this request dot body in there. Okay, just sending it just for fun. Okay, so this thing we have. So I have my postman open over here. So let's hit this route. Um, Okay, leave it. I'm going to do it over here. Let's suppose we are hitting a route of local create, and let's suppose we are adding some body in there, which is raw format. Um, any body I'm adding here, not raw. It should be some JSON format. Okay. And JSON like something name called Bob or something like that. Let's suppose ID I'm passing here of 4. Let's suppose we are doing this, and I'm sending this request. So you can see I'm getting that data. Okay. Now suppose if I haven't used this particular line, let's suppose this line, if I haven't used this one, then let's see what is going to happen over here. If I'm going to send it again, this is going to give us nothing, because this is mandatory. You need to use that in order to parse those body data and all. Okay, so that's why we use this. So to get data from the front end, so front end is going to set that data in this body, and we are going to parse it and do whatever we need to do. So for now, I'm just going to create a data. So I'm going to push it into our fake db dot push, and just we're going to push this request dot body in there. Okay, and then we can simply render a message. Would be something like uh, data created, something like that. Okay, and suppose now I'm going to add this particular Bob. So it's saying like data created. So now I'm going to make a get request that we have already created. So get request is get something like this, and then we are just going to render this particular res dot JSON, and then we are going to just pass this fake DB in there. So this is going to just whatever we have in this fake DB, it is going to just take that and just give it to us simply. So this is our get request. Okay. Now here fake DB, I mean just it is coming from some fake database. Okay, some database. Okay, as we don't have enough of time, so just to make it using database also. But if you want, then you can just comment down that with what kind of database you would be interested. I'm going to make a separate video on that using this APIs using DBs and all. Okay, so you can just comment it out whatever you, you need. Okay, and then in slash get we are just throwing all the fake db which is created over here. So just create one more this fake db. So message data is created. Now let's suppose I'm putting here a get request over here and just making it as get and just sending it. You can see one more data is added, is Bob, whatever is there. So you can see one data is getting added. Now let's suppose I want to get a data at a particular ID. Okay, then what I need to do? So for that, I thought we need to get extract that parameter. Okay, like this slash get slash colon id, whatever after this colon is considered as a parameter. Okay, like we can already that those means parameters in the url like slash get slash whatever id. I'm going to take that uid and then process whatever I need to do. Okay, so for that, let's get this request comma response um return. Let's suppose I'm returning something, nothing right now, or data clone null. Let's suppose I'm just throwing nothing over there, and let's suppose this. Now let's see what is there in this request dot params dot. You can see this id. In this params we are going to get this id, whatever id we are passing over there. Okay, so let's suppose we are making a get request and slash id. So let's see. So this is a get request and slash colon id. In id I'm just passing something like 2 and just sending it. Currently data is null, but if I'm going to see here, it is saying 2. Okay, so that id we are getting. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just query over this id and just send it back to the front end. Okay, so for that, so uh, let filtered data is equal to fake db dot filter value comma index v dot id is equal to um, request dot params dot id. Okay, if it matches, then I'm going to send this filter data in there. Filter data. Okay, so let's see what is happening here. So let's say we're sending here two. It is sending us nothing. Why? Maybe because I am comparing it with this. So maybe I need to make it both as number. Otherwise, it can create problem because of that. So let's send it. So you can see Ronnie is coming. ID which has two, it is coming giving us this Ronnie. So let's make a post request and then just make it a create over there. Create, and then in the body we have already this. Let's create it and then make it a get request again and then put it a get slash foo. Expected results should be Bob. So I'm sending it. You can see here I'm getting this filter data. Okay, so basically we will be doing these things from a DB using some query and all, but this is just to give you some vague idea that how APIs work and how we can create our own API. Okay, so this thing we got. So we have basically learned till now about creating, getting this thing also. Now, now we are going to learn about deleting a particular record. Okay, so for that we have a different verb over there, which is app dot delete, and simply we can use something delete slash colon id, and this is going to delete our data. So request comma response. So first thing first, we are going to send a dummy response, which will be just a null, so that to give you an idea that how this response is working. So if I'm going to make a response over there now, delete slash 3 and making it as delete request and sending it, you can see data is null currently. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete a particular data at a particular index. So what we can do here, we first need to find that data. Okay, and then remove it from making it as undefined. Okay, so we can simply use this delete keyword, delete, and then fake db bracket request dot params dot id, and then we can just simply render that fake db. And if I'm going to do that, it is going to delete that particular from that index, that particular index. So if I'm going to do that, you can see 3 is already there. Delete fake db. Fake db is there, right? Yeah, fake db is there. But I think it's not like what it should be, because in this one it is giving us 3, right? Let's make it as plus and then see again. I have no idea why it is not working right now. Okay, so let's give it a shot. um, Maybe I'm just putting it in wrong way or some there's a syntactical mistake. Okay, fake DB. Let's suppose I'm just hard coding it as 3 and then just sending it like this. Nope, it is not happening. I think I should store it in some fake DB. Then it is going to work. Think so. Data colon true. Yeah, true. That's okay. So let's try a different way. Maybe there's some issue. Maybe there is some syntactical issue. Or maybe I should Google it. Delete keyword. Let's search it. Um, Now I can see here. Delete my array. Okay, this is what I wanted. This is what I was doing. Oh, sorry. Sorry, 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 sorry. I was doing some mistake. There's nothing wrong in there. I have to just put it like this. Params plus ID minus 1. Something like this would work. Now I'm going to send it like this over here. Actually, this was my mistake. Actually, you can see here now it's got deleted from the memory. Okay, so it was my mistake. I was just querying the wrong data. Okay, okay, because there was no 3, so that's why it was creating that error. Okay, so they all glitch. That's our programmer's daily duty to solve bugs and all. So that's not a big issue. So now comes the assignment part. In the assignment, what you're going to do, you're going to make similar API of an update one. Okay, like there will be the API which is like slash update slash ID. You will be keying in the ID and it is going to update that particular ID with a particular body data. Okay, so if you got the answer, then you can just simply comment it down. Okay, whatever your results are. Okay, and thanks for watching this video. And if you like this video, do hit a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And thanks for sharing it